I was performing on the street with an open case of money when a fella stumbled over, started looking at me funny. He tipped his hat and then he asked if I could learn a song. Told him sure, but walk me through it so that I don't get it wrong. I started getting nerves cause when he came to me and asked, he was mumbling his words and had a finger in his ass. But he gave me his money and I asked him how it goes. Then he got up on the stage and started putting on a show. To hell with Lily and Gish, cause unlike Greta Garbo, she was such a bitch. Buster Keaton, still my number one, cause John Gilbert's dead. Charlie Chaplin ate my son. I said that's quite a song you got, I think it's rather catchy, but the energy is down and the lyrics a bit sketchy. He raised his voice and promised me that it would be a hit. It would dominate the airwaves and be groovy with the kids. I was having high doubts cause the references were dated, but I looked down at my money and my piggy bank's deflated. He handed me a contract, told me you can have the song, but if you change the words, the life you live in won't be very long. Took it to the studio and started getting to it. Made sure every lick was perfect, every lyric was included. A couple hours passed before I knew it was printed. Then it started selling copies, which I wouldn't have predicted. To hell with Lily and Gish, cause unlike Greta Garbo, she was such a bitch. Buster Keaton, still my number one, cause John Gilbert's dead. Charlie Chaplin ate my son. Started selling millions, I became a household name. Now the title of the song is probably written on my grave. I couldn't help but feel like the man was somewhat cheated, although he handed me the song and told me I could keep it. I decidedly invited him to join me at my show. Said he'd walk out on the stage and I'd commend him for his notes. Said here he is now, the man who put it all together. He's the writer of the song and deserves a little pleasure. After all the fanfare and the man was introduced, just halfway across the stage he stepped and tripped over his shoe. The crowd all sat in terror as we gazed upon the truth. He was Rudolph Valentino in an old skin suit. To hell with Lily and Gish, cause unlike Greta Garbo, she was such a bitch. Buster Keaton, still my number one, cause John Gilbert's dead. Charlie Chaplin ate my son.